Welcome to dHarmic Evolution. Hey everybody, I'm your host, James Kevin O'Connor, singer-songwriter, audio-video artist, master storyteller, and international talent agent. Hey, thanks for being here to visit with us today in the dHarmic Evolution. I want to give you guys a heads up about our brand new Joka YouTube channel that now carries the dHarmic Evolution TV show in full-blown glorious video. Hey, please subscribe to our channel. Check out our first episode. It's still out on the channel right now, and we've been getting amazing response about going to video in addition to being a podcast that is now carried on iTunes and SoundCloud and is now downloaded in 67 countries and counting. But as for today, we're in the Atlanta area with a young man who has a solid commitment to his music and his songwriting, his artistry, and his guitar playing. It's the man representing the band, the hard-rocking band Bridge to Grace. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Alex Cabrera. You better strap up your seatbelts and let's go for a ride. Are you a singer, songwriter, artist, or author? Are you in need of a platform for your career? Well, the James O'Connor Agency is in the business of helping you broadcast your global career. If you are needing to expand your presence in a big way, such as having your music and your voice heard around the world, well, look no further. We have the platforms here to help you catapult your career like no one else can. Your artistry can be featured around the world on the James O'Connor Agency YouTube channel. Here at the James O'Connor Agency, we can expand your global career by being a featured guest on dHarmic Evolution for singer-songwriters and everyone in the entertainment industry. Or The James O'Connor Show, designed for authors, speakers, and thought leaders. Both shows are international radio, TV shows, and podcasts. Go to thejamesO'ConnorAgency.com and find out what we can do for your global career right now. It's really awesome to have Alex Cabrera from Bridge to Grace on the dHarmic Evolution today. Hey, Alex, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
So I was really so impressed because I love your style of music and, checking out your music the last 24 hours. Love what I hear and love the direction you guys have gone in. And, take us back to how this all kicked off for you, how this band started. Really exciting, and the energy and everything, and your video is really cool too, which we're going to get into all that. But how did it all start for you guys?
Okay, so it's kind of a funny story. Bridge to Grace was started when I was actually pretty young. Me and Christian, our bass player, grew up doing like a School of Rock kind of thing together. So we grew up on stage together at the age of like 12 and 13. And we went into the studio with this other band, like that was still called Bridge to Grace, but it wasn't the members, we have now. And when we were in the studio, our singer actually quit the day before we went in. So me and Christian were like, all right, we'll just go in. And our drummer quit too. So we just went in, just me and him. I played drums on the first 5 songs, like we did a quick EP. And our producer was like, don't worry, I got the guy to sing on these songs. And he brought in David. And once we heard his voice on the songs, we're like, all right, well, this is it. Like, we have to keep him. And right. He ended up bringing his drummer from another band to join us. And we kind of, we took 2 different styles of music and we bridged it together. And, that's how we came together. And it honestly helped our name. We bridged together 2 sounds and just became Bridge to Grace.
Wow. So this was Rich Beato that had this idea? Wow, this was really cool. He's not only a brilliant musician, Rick, and producer, but he knows how to put people together too.
Yes,
obviously.
He does.
Yeah. How did you guys get hooked up with Rick?
It was actually through a friend of Christian's dad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he gave us a connection. It's like, this is a really great producer. He's a really smart guy. I think, it'd be a great fit. Because we were deciding between him and another guy, but we went with Rick, obviously.
Yeah, wow, what a stellar opportunity for you guys, and your work is great. So when you first started, Alex, like how did you get connected to music? How did it all start to happen for you as a youngster?
My dad, definitely. My dad, he's a huge music buff. Since I was a kid, since I was 9 years old, that's when I got my first guitar on my birthday. And I just grew up to like a lot of 80s hair metal, like Guns N' Roses, Poison, like all the 80s. And then I was a 90s kid, barely. I was born in 95. So I was into Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, the whole grunge scene too after the 80s phase. Like, and he experienced and he showed me every type of music there was.
Right.
CCR, everything.
Yeah. So you had that whole classic rock library to kind of give yourself a strong foundation. Because, like, when you guys, you're in that, like, the Shinedown camp and, that type
definitely.
of, that really, really solid, really great rock sound. So why just keep talking about it? I think it's time to play a track. Here we go. Let's play Till the World Ends.
Everything we're feeling, we understand. Then every day we're living, and I know when the day comes, we'll fight it all the way. I just hope there's still courage to say, haven't I told you this? We are just living for something else. Haven't I told you this? We were so lost and lonely, waiting for the end, while I'm slowly falling for a friend until the world ends. The days are all behind us, everything is real, and the world is ours to lie down. And I know when the time comes, we'll make it to the end. I just hope there's still words left to say. Haven't I told you this? We are just living for something else. Haven't I told you this? We were so lost and lonely, waiting for the end, while I'm slowly falling for a friend until the world ends. Just when all is turned to gray, until the world ends. Just when all is gone, the shadow fades away. The shadow fades away. Haven't I told you this? Haven't I told you this? We are just living for something else. Haven't I told you this? We were so lost and lonely, waiting for the end, while I'm slowly falling for a friend until the world ends. Until the world ends. Until the world ends. Until the world ends.
Till the World Ends. What a good song, man. Hey, tell us how you got the inspiration for that one. Like, what's that all about? Like, Till the World Ends. It's not a death and destruction thing. It doesn't have that kind of feel to it at all.
It's actually kind of an interesting story because usually when we write, it's sometimes we have one specific thing in our head, but this song was kind of just we had the title Until the World Ends, and then when we were writing, we were kind of just like each verse almost meant something different. Like one was almost like a relationship type story, and another one was almost kind of like a military thing, fighting like until your last breath, fighting until it all ends. And
right.
With that song, we were like, we never really did any piano ballads or anything like that, but I had the one piano intro and it kind of just took off from there.
Yeah, great song. Let's talk a little bit more about your producer, Rich Beato, and okay. What was your process for putting these tracks together? Can you walk us into the studio, give us the backstory on that?
Yeah, Rick is an interesting guy. He's such a smart musician.
Yeah, I'll say. For anybody, by the way, check out his YouTube channel, man.
Yeah,
the guy
definitely.
is scary. And his kids are a riot. I love that.
Yeah. Dylan was a riot. Every time he'd pop down in the studio for a little bit, he'd give us like a little special something.
Right, yeah.
But the studio vibe with him was great. He really made you feel comfortable in the studio. You never really felt pressured. Or at least I didn't.
Right.
But usually what we would do is we'd get, like our scratch guitar track in. We'll get our scratch bass track, scratch vocal if we have it. And then you start with the drums. And it's all about, good tones and everything like that. And he's a wizard when it comes to how to tune a drum to a song and everything. Like he was just great. And
right.
Once we got through that, we'd move to bass, get the rhythm section locked in, then guitars. Then he'd add... I think like a scratch vocal, like I said, if we have it, and then he'd do the cool production styles and stuff like that, and then finalize the vocals, and that was it.
Right. He's using Pro Tools. Is that his go-to?
Oh, yeah.
It looked like I was checking out his stuff earlier. It looked like a really great setup in his studio. So you guys, when you put this together with him doing that, what was did you guys do a full EP, a full LP? What did you guys do with this?
We actually did it randomly in little bursts. At first, we formed in 2012, but we didn't start touring till 2014. So we spent like 2 years, in pieces doing 5 songs here, 3 songs there. Then we do another 5 songs. We actually recorded about 22 songs.
Right.
But 17 of them were completely finished. So we were like, we've sat on this album for, it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Let's just release 17 songs.
Yeah.
So, we just did that.
So you released all 17? Is that what
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, that's good. It's good to grow the catalog, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
You can always repackage them any way you want.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's great. So in between this, you must have had a lot of growth with the band, like
Definitely.
being out, like touring and playing constantly. There's new ideas that always keep popping up.
Definitely.
Did this kind of keep generating more and more energy and more of a solid groove for the band as you kept working with with Rick? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, we didn't really start touring yet. We were doing, weekend warrior kind of stuff where we'd go out to, Alabama or North Carolina or something on the weekends and come back home.
Yeah.
But I think once we started touring too, we really shaped the album in a different kind of way. Like our live show now is, it's those songs from the first album Origins, but it's also, we do different variations of it. Like we like to switch up some of the parts and stuff like that. And we kind of came into our own with our live show. So I think, our next album is definitely it's going to show a little bit more of what we like to do live and like our energy and stuff like that live.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. All you guys from the same area?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
It was really funny because like I said, we grew up, me and Christian, in the School of Rock band when we were 13. But once David joined the band, I found out he lives 2 miles from my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Surprise. Hey,
Yep.
so what's in where you live? What is the gigging scene like for you guys in your particular music?
It's interesting because there's no rock station here anymore. We used to have a great one in Project 961, but it's not here anymore. And the rock fans are still here, and I think they're really dying for a rock station and some good rock music.
Right.
Like they will always show up. Like the Tabernacle will get sold out when Shinedown comes or something like that, you know?
Right.
But really, you know, because there's no local station, we don't play much in Atlanta. We do some shows because we're from here and we can pull people, but if we had a station, I think it would be, you know, 5 times bigger.
Yeah. So what is the Atlanta area predominantly? Is it mostly hip hop, country? What is really driving the radio markets there?
It's definitely a hip hop area now.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
That's what I figured. Yeah. Hip hop has gotten so big. I mean, I don't know if it's peaked yet, you know, because I always ask this question. I always say is rap still around? Because I always felt that rap was the precursor to hip hop. You know, it felt like that was the leading edge, and then it developed further. You know?
I agree. Yes.
But the markets are huge for that, you know, and but like we were talking earlier on the break, it's like, you know, rock and roll is not dead, baby. I mean, and never will be.
No, it's not, because it's real, man.
Yeah,
it's real. People love to come out and rock to some real music.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, love the company you're keeping, like the type of the style of music you guys do. Really, really awesome, man. Those slamming guitars, and you know, the last track we heard with the great piano in it too. So let's do another one. How about City of Angels? Here we go.
I'm crawling under the city of angels. I'm further from my own. The lights go stronger, the fight moves under. I'm breaking under fire. No one will hold you. Every time I look into your eyes, I see this angel deep inside. You've gone away, so far away from me. A special engagement, she lights up the pavement. She pays her till to the throne. She calls a man on the phone and says, I'm not coming home. Another lonely soul to please. You told me it's what you want. Every time I look into your eyes, I see this angel deep inside. You've gone away, so far away. Every day I seem to realize you save me from this fight inside. You've gone away, so far away from me. Keep holding on, keep holding on to me. I don't know what went wrong. I can't believe she's gone. I can't breathe now that you're gone. She's gone away to the city. She's gone away to the lights. She's gone away. She's gone away to the city. She's gone away to the lights. She's gone away. In the city of angels. The city of angels. You've gone away, so far away. In the city of angels. The city of angels. You've gone away, so far away from me.
Yeah, City of Angels. What a great song, man. That was really awesome. Hey, we were just talking about you know, touring in different places, and Alex, you had mentioned Blackstone Cherry. So tell us a story about them. What's going on with those guys? A really good band, too.
Yeah, they're a great band. I think we've modeled our show after them quite a bit because they're such high energy. They're just great to watch. I actually, on my 16th birthday, they came to Atlanta and they played the Loft, which we were talking about Europe and everything, so I'll get to that. But when they came to Atlanta, they played for 20 people in this tiny room. And I brought, all my friends for my birthday. We were like half the crowd. And they go to Europe and they play Coliseums for people. They're headlining over Shinedown, and like it doesn't make sense with that kind of
right.
Like
well, you were giving me quite the education on your band and where you guys go. Just to circle back to that, like you got to find your audience, obviously, to help support and pack the places. So give us the spots again that are really good to you guys in the U.S.
The Midwest, man, they love their rock music.
Yeah.
Like I said, we do really well in Springfield, Illinois, and all the way up to Wisconsin. The radio stations, they just give us so much love. They treat us really well. And anywhere, we get the good radio support. We get really good fan support. So we're definitely in the Midwest a lot, and even the West Coast, going up to Spokane, Washington. They're amazing up there. We always do well there.
Right.
And we just need to bring it back down to Atlanta, get the Southeast going.
Right. Well, maybe you guys are going to be the generator that kicks that off.
Hopefully,
to the regenesis of rock in the South.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or at least that piece of the South. So you're on an indie label, correct?
Oh no!
You're not.
The indie label is technically the label me and my dad started.
Well, that's okay. Okay. So how you getting airplay? You calling up stations, or how you guys getting, or they just buzz, or what's going on?
Yeah,
with that?
we did it ourselves for the first couple of years, and now we've actually established such great connections. And our manager did a lot of radio for us. He was a really big radio guy, so he mainly did it with where to go to all the stations. But now we've established such great connections that when we release a new song, they were ready to pick it up. So.
Yeah, awesome. You need that. And how about let's talk a little bit about social media. What is your jam on social media? What do you guys like? What platforms do you guys go after?
It's funny because each of us kind of does a different thing. I'm more on Twitter. I do a little bit of Instagram. Christian mainly does our Instagram. And then we all kind of rotate through Facebook. I think David and Justin are really on top of the Facebook game. Right.
It's so necessary, right?
Yeah, you got to do it.
Yeah. Do you do like all the platforms? Are you like
pretty much? Yeah. Our Spotify and everything. We're on I think SoundCloud as well. We try and just do everything that pops up.
Yeah.
We don't have a Tumblr or anything.
Right. No. Some things, you cross the line there, man. Yeah. Stay away from Tumblr. I think I was on that for 10 minutes and I haven't been back since. What is that? And some of them I just don't, pin up or something, or pin it or something. Yeah. It's crazy to try to keep up with all of those things, because there's so many.
There's a new one every week, it seems.
Yeah. But I mean, the heavyweights you got to stay with. I mean, I've had a lot of success with Instagram simply because it's a really great platform for musicians and creative artists,
Definitely.
It's time to get Atlanta to embrace their favorite new son, Bridge to Grace. Right back to my interview with Alex right after this message.
Do you ever wonder why you were created and what you're here to do? Then the geography of the soul will help you to find your true place in this world. The music is so inspirational, including tracks such as I Wanna Be Loved, State of Grace, and Ride On. James Kevin O'Connor is an internationally acclaimed singer, songwriter, music producer, entertainment agent, TV star, and a loving father who leads you to find your true place and calms your mind and soul in breathtaking ways. Buy Geography of the Soul today by James Kevin O'Connor at iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon, jameskevino'connor.com. Geography of the Soul, a beautiful CD that you need to own today. by James Kevin O'Connor.
Sponsored by the James O'Connor Agency. What's your favorite gig as far as when you're out playing? Like, what kind of venues do you find that like are your fave? Is it like huge places? Is it medium? Is it, clubs, bars, stadiums? Like, where do you guys thrive? Do you feel like that's your sweet spot?
It's actually kind of funny because I don't really care what kind of place it is. It's always just, it's the people.
Yeah.
I care, like, whatever crowd's the loudest. That's my favorite show.
Right.
And we've played some places where we walked in and it felt like this hole in the wall place, and we're like, this is going to be awful. This is just going to be like, we've showed up where they had to, take a stripper pole off the stage so we could play. And then the place got packed and the fans got so rowdy and loud. I was like, all right, that was one of the best shows we played,
Yeah.
But that and I think Taste of Madison will always be my favorite.
What is it? Oh, Taste of Madison?
Yeah, Taste of Madison.
Oh, okay, cool. And so any kind of wild story that you can remember, like the wildest night that you ever had, like being in the music scene, like anybody do anything crazy, like, just rip off their clothes, you start a fight, whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of stories always, right?
Yeah, we always have, I think, very unique stories because ours never are kind of like that. Like, oh, there was a huge fight at 3 a.m. and somebody just ended up in their underwear.
Right,
but
right.
Ours kind of go like, all right, so we showed up in, where was it? I think it was somewhere in Ohio. And all of a sudden when we get there, they're like, oh yeah, the venue caught fire this morning, so we're going to have to play upstairs at this other venue. Because it was like a level, different stages on different levels of the building. We're like, oh, okay. So it starts out with a fire in the venue, and then next thing we know, a bull just wanders into the parking lot.
A bull?
So a bull, yeah, like a huge bull with horns, like everything. And as soon as like we're out there, we're with one of the other bands, and the drummer and our bassist is like just trying to like get everybody calm.
Right.
And, like we don't know what to do, and all of a sudden, these two girls in sundresses come screaming into the parking lot. Like they skid in and everything.
Right.
They come out like in sundresses, just rip off their heels, throw them down, grab this bull literally by the horns, and then just flip it on its side.
Really?
They're like, don't worry. It just lives like across the way. We're just going to go return him back. And then like everybody's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And
that's amazing. A domesticated bull, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And as they're walking them back, they're like, yeah, we're coming down from a pretty hard acid trip right now, so we don't really know if this is real. We're like, what?
Who knew in Ohio that kind of behavior existed, right?
Exactly.
That's really wild.
This is at like 3 p.m, like showing up for loading.
Well, that's one I've never heard before. That was really cool. Hey, let's play. This one is called Weapon. Check this one out. Here we go.
Don't put up a fight, you have a sickness. Say my name 3 times, I'll be right here. Let's make this nightmare last forever. Stare deep inside the eye of a fever. You call my name. We always search for something more. You come to me. You use your weapon and blow my brains. Let's make this nightmare last forever. Stare deep inside the eye of a fever. You call my name. We always search for something more. You come to me. You use your weapon and blow my brains.
Weapon. Cool ending too. Man, that was awesome. Tell us about the Weapon, Alex. What's the story on that?
That song is an interesting one. It's almost like the original title for that song was actually called Sex.
Uh-huh.
And it changed just because, we didn't want to make it that obvious.
Right. Yeah.
And it's kind of just about a really bad addiction and something that's so good you can't stop, and no matter how bad it is, you want more.
Right.
So that was where that song kind of came from.
Yeah, excellent. I love the ending too. Hey, tell us more about the writing process of how you guys get ready. Like, what do you guys do as a band, and what do you do individually as far as any regiment in your writing? Is it really structured? Is it whenever the muse hits you? How do you go about your daily,
Yeah,
practice?
It's definitely when, the time is right, whenever it hits you, because I don't think you can ever force a song. You can never just say, let's sit down, let's write a number 1 hit. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
It comes, when it comes. And sometimes it's me just at home. I have, a studio setup that I'm in right now, and I'll do a quick little demo, and I'll send it out and see what the guys think. And then each person, kind of puts their input on it, puts their spin on it for either their instrument or where it should go next and stuff like that.
Right.
Sometimes, Justin, he's got a little mini studio too. He sends me demos, he'll send full demos too. Everybody kind of does their own thing, or somebody comes to somebody else with a guitar riff or a vocal idea, lyrics, something like that. And, we kind of just run with it.
Right. Right. In your in your technology world, or talking about gear a little bit, you're a guitar player, right? You play a lot of things. So what's your go-to instrument on stage? You a Les Paul guy?
Yes, I am.
Are you? All right. All right.
I play Gibson Les Paul. That's the only thing I will play. Yeah. We have no endorsements or anything, but even if PRS offered for an endorsement, I would turn it down, because I won't play anything but a Les Paul. Yeah. I actually met him in New York City 6 months before he passed away, when I was 13. My dad took me, yeah. And he actually autographed one of, I don't have it with me right now, but he autographed my pickguard for my very first Gibson. So when I still play that guitar now, but not with the pickguard. But when I retire that guitar, it's just going to go up on my wall with his signature on it.
Yeah. Yeah, he played at the Iridium for, oh my God.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that was his home every Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night. That was
his gig, Yep. And,
I
always say that, the people that are able to do that are so blessed, who have, music is so ingrained in their DNA that they just, Like B.B. King was a fine example of a guy who, like, he literally played almost till the day he died, and Les Paul was kind of the same way. They just, like, that was their life, you know. And you know, we have an advantage as creators and musicians that, you know, professional sports, you don't get to do that. You know, you kind of have to retire like halfway through your life, but if you're blessed to be a musician, you get to keep doing this, like, until literally you don't have any breath left in your body, or you can't, you know, play a D chord or whatever it is, you know. So, oh, that was cool. That was a good experience, man. I have a 1956 Les Paul Special too. I've had it for, oh my God, 25 years. And
Dang, that's awesome.
yeah, it's still an amazing guitar. I mean, it's just, they ripped the cover off the ball, Les Paul did, when he put that idea together, you know. So on stage, what else are you playing? You're playing your Les Paul, and what are you playing through? Like, what's your amp?
I got a Mesa Boogie, the triple rack.
Nice.
Very loud.
Yeah. Awesome. So when you're touring, are you like have a huge like bunch of equipment, or are you guys pretty stripped down just to get around?
We don't really have too much. We do it all ourselves right now. We're finally thinking to bring out one other guy with us for this next tour. But we just have, you know, we got our drum set, we got our bass rig, we got our guitar rig, and then we have an X32. So it's like a in-ear rig and a board, which we can actually run like front of house off it if we want. But it mainly runs our in-ear monitors, and we have all our own mics and cables. So we're just fully self-contained. We set up all our own stuff. All we got to do is give a tail to the sound guy, and that's it.
Yeah, great monitoring is like so critical. I mean,
you
have that, and you know you're going to play good because you guys work hard. Obviously, we were talking about that earlier about the work ethic and how it's like, you know, it's incumbent upon us as artists to not only be, you know, not just say, hey, we nailed it on this song, but like, what's next? You know, we got to keep it going.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, as you guys look back, like over the last couple of years, what do you think the defining moment was where you put all the pieces together? Because a lot of people around the world listen to this, especially artists, where you guys said, hey, we made the right things, and obviously making the right moves, having Rick work with you guys as a producer. But after that, from a business perspective, what do you think it was that putting the dots together to say, hey, our career is starting to go somewhere now? Is there anything you can pinpoint to share with people about?
I can just say, don't be afraid to make mistakes. A lot of the music business in this industry is, you know, living and learning. Right. We've done a lot of things wrong, but those wrong decisions have put us in a position where, you know, we met a radio station like JJO, and that's an incredibly hard station to, you know, feel like you're family with. And we've felt that since, you know, we were a very young band coming out. Right. So I would just say, even if you know, mess up in some areas, everything happens for a reason. You're going to be where you need to be. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Right. Yeah. And we all make plenty of those. But yeah, it's a good attitude because, you know, it's funny, like even if you are down, you know, the wrong rabbit hole, like there's something that comes out of that was totally unexpected, you know, that always leads to something else. So how about now we do this video? I want to play this video, and it's called Everything. So check this out.
Gotta wait for you alone. I got a love that I can't chase, the kind of miss to fly away. I could show you the truth if you'd only let me lose, if you told me what you need.
Yeah, everything, man. Good video and an adorable young lady in there. What's her name?
Olivia Stanzel.
Olivia, good job, Olivia. And you guys did a kick-ass job on that. Where'd you record that? It was kind of a cool barn or something.
Yeah, that was actually a really cool spot. That was off one of the sets of The Walking Dead, because that's filmed here in Georgia.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you about, we didn't get into this yet. I want to ask you about your personal influences, Alex, when you were growing up. Like, first and foremost, guitar playing. Who did you like when you were growing up and finding your own, your own voice on the guitar? Who were you listening to?
This is a very, I think, like, difficult answer for me, because, like I said, I was a huge music buff because of my dad, so I listened to literally every style of music. But if I have to pin down to a couple people, Slash was definitely one of them.
Right.
That's probably where the Les Paul comes from too, because he was the first Les Paul player I really saw. Randy Rhoads was a huge one for me.
Right.
I loved his work ethic.
Right.
His style of play. One of my licks that I always do that was in the end of that Everything song is actually from him.
Okay.
And then it kind of just Jimmy Page for sure, because when I did the School of Rock thing with Christian, we played so much Zeppelin.
Right.
And he was another Les Paul player. So I think those three guys were my main influences growing up, starting out.
Right. Okay. How about songwriting? Like, as far as just songs itself, even not necessarily bands, but even maybe songs that, like you said,
Yeah.
oh, this is cool, man. I got to write in this style.
So at first, like, a lot of our first album was actually done when I was somewhat young, 16. Like, some of the first song I ever wrote actually was on there called "Won't Let Go," but it was mostly done, when I was 16 to 17, 18 years old.
Right.
And I never really branched out too much with my songwriting. Like, when it came to really learning how songwriters did it, I kind of just, did it my own way off all the music I'd been listening to. Right. And when I really, delved into songwriters, Chris Cornell was my favorite.
Yeah, that guy was unbelievable.
Yeah, he really changed the way I looked at music. And today, the way I write songs, I think, is so much more in depth. And like, I really consider all the options when it comes to writing songs and how I do things.
Right.
And it's definitely because of him.
Yeah. So back to the songwriting again, like when you're, you said you do a lot of notes on your phone, right? Sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
Just would you like just speak in like an idea, whistle in a melody, just or what would be on that phone if we opened that thing up? What would be in there?
So a lot of it is just acoustic, and that's I usually do. I start with the core of the song, just acoustic melody ideas at first. But if I don't have my acoustic with me,
right,
you'll hear me all right, drum beat idea.
Yeah.
I'll do that, or like I'll hum a melody.
Right.
But I won't have lyrics yet, so I'll just be saying nonsense.
So you're like me; you'd be embarrassed if anybody opened your phone.
Yeah, you don't. I don't want anybody.
No, you can't listen to this because it's like only I would understand this.
Yeah, I barely let people listen to like the quick demos I do in the studio, so I'm not gonna let anybody see my phone.
Hey, listen, what are you guys looking forward to as we're starting to wind down here? Looking out over the next 6 months, the rest of this year, what are the big plans for Bridge to Grace? What are you guys looking forward to mostly?
I'm definitely looking forward to getting new music out.
Okay.
Getting, different kind of vibe for a second album, because I think it's going to be a lot more high energy, kind of like our live show and stuff like that. I think the songwriting has definitely grown. Like I said, it's been a couple of years. Well, the album is a couple of years old now, but when it was written, I was even younger and stuff like that. So definitely looking forward to getting some new, fresh stuff out.
Awesome. So why don't you let us know where's the best place that we can support Bridge to Grace? Where can we find your music, support you guys, purchase your music, give us a website, or where's the best place for us?
Yeah, definitely check out our website, bridgetogracemusic.com.
Okay.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, like I said. And, the streams on Spotify definitely help a lot too.
And YouTube, don't forget the YouTube. Yeah, for sure.
Check out our channel.
Yeah.
We release some funny videos sometimes. We like to, keep it definitely chill.
Right.
And we just actually did a new, we're getting a new RV, and we did a GoFundMe page and did a funny video for that. So go check that out on YouTube.
Nice.
If you like it enough, you can help us out.
Did you guys get a Mercedes RV this time?
That'd be nice, but no.
Yeah.
We're still looking.
All right, cool. All right, Alex Cabrera, thanks so much, my friend, for joining us today on the dHarmic Evolution, man. I love what you guys are doing, Bridge to Grace. Loved all the stories, everything that you guys are doing, man. I want to wish you all the success in the world.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me.
There is a brand new musical act out on the airwaves called Mercy. It's spiritual. It's the truth unleashed, with scripture delivered by Chaplain Christine Mercy, along with drums, guitars, pianos, violins. Behold, it's the brand new album from Mercy, titled I Am Victorious. I'm going home, back to the throne, victorious. It's glorious. I've many rooms in my Father's house for all of us. It's glorious. Learn to trust in His name. Just recorded in the Music City on the world-famous Music Row in Nashville, Tennessee. Download the album or pick up the actual CD copy of I Am Victorious right now on iTunes, Amazon, and CD Baby. And keep your eyes and ears open for the live performance tour of Mercy coming soon. This message is sponsored by the James O'Connor Agency. Till the World Ends. City of Angels. Weapon. Everything. Met Les Paul at 13 years old, got the autograph, and insists on using the Les Paul for all performances. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Guitar influences, / Randy Rhoads, Jimmy Page. Chris Cornell hanging with the greats. Hey, I hope you guys really dug this interview today with Alex Cabrera and Bridge to Grace. All the stories, Rich Beato's ideas, his wonderful talents with the band. It was just a really, really great hang with Alex today. Hope you guys dug it. And listen, head over to the James O'Connor Agency. If you have not visited this site, you got to check it out. Lots of artists around the world, all starting to check in, taking advantage of all the things this agency is offering them. No matter where you are in your career, we have got your back. Stop by and visit the agency website and find out about all of the awesome packages we have designed and developed for you. Hey, do you need funding for your next album project? We will teach you how to do this. Just go over to the JamesO'ConnorAgency.com, drop in your email, and find out how to do your own crowdfunding. Find out also what we do for singer-songwriters, musical artists, as well as authors, speakers, and thought leaders. We also want to encourage you to visit dharmicevolution.com. Check out your show and your blog profile right now. If you've been on the show, you're now on the site. Alex is now on the site, and people from around the world are logging in to see and hear all about Alex and Bridge to Grace and their music. That's it for me today. I'm your host for the dHarmic Evolution, James Kevin O'Connor, singer-songwriter, audio-video artist, master storyteller, and international talent agent. So until the next time when we meet again, I'll either see you on the socials or I'll see you on TV.
Your voice. Do you remember where you were the first time that you made that choice? You're my favorite song. You've been stuck in my heart for such a long, long time. You're my favorite song. way of making me feel that you're mine. You would always close the wound right before I would bleed to death. Your infectious melody will be with me till my last deep breath. But you're my favorite song. You've been stuck in my heart for such a long, long time. You're my favorite song. You got a way of making me feel that you're mine. Oh, you know I love a 00. Hey baby, you're the perfect size for me. Oh, and how I love those yellow stilettos. You always knew how to annihilate me.